Hello, all you awakening wonders out there. This is going to be part 2 of how to use your pendulum. If you haven't watched the 20-minute video on part 1, do so, because part 2 will not probably help you very much. You've really got to get part 1 down first, because if you don't, you're not going to have much better usage of your pendulum. Just an FYI. It gives you the foundation how to set yourself up properly so that when you do start using your pendulum, you can tune in better. So there was a lot of things I've learned along the way, and I didn't find a lot of help on pendulums. And some of the things that I found were probably very dark energies. So I tend to stay away from that noise. I only work in the good, in the God good, but I don't bring in the negative at all. I don't know if you can see that. The thing about a pendulum is it's going to tune in to your specific frequency. And everybody has their own torsion field. So the energy sort of comes in and goes through you and goes out, and it kind of keeps going around. So the electromagnetic field around you will affect your pendulum. So your pendulum is affected by the energy that is really heart-centered and extends out. Probably, I don't know, people say 3 feet, some people say 8. It probably actually varies. I think mine's a little bit bigger. I use mine, there's a little ball here, and I either put it between my fingers like this. And once I get tuned in, then I will do, show me yes, show me no, show me more information. Now that swing will be different for everyone. Some people, yes is this way, some people that's no. So until you and your pendulum become completely synced up, don't take it for granted and always check. Also, you awakening wonders out there, remember, as you begin to ascend and you clear out those negative energies that your body tends to hold, once those trapped emotional energies are cleared, once those shock energies are cleared from the brain and from the mind, and as you clear even past life energies and removing these energies from the mind, the body, and the spirit complex, your magnetic field will continue to change, and the answers that you get with your pendulum will also begin to change. So as you begin to ascend, as you begin to grow, be sure that each time when you tune in, once you're tuned in, you make sure you ask, show me yes, which for me is clockwise, show me no, which for me is back and forth, and it's been this way for several years now. And then show me I need more information. It will begin to swing the other way. Oh, let me see. I like to steady my arm on the desk. Let's see it again. Show me yes. Show me I need more information. It will automatically go. Now, show me no. Now, mine moves from question to question fairly quickly, but I also work with people daily. And so because I'm using my pendulum every day, everything is fairly synced up. So as you begin to sync with your pendulum, it will respond quicker. Now, the other thing I want to make you aware of when you're using your pendulum, somebody's going to say, and if you look at me and look closely at my hand, show me yes. My hand is slightly moving. Show me a big yes. So a big yes is going to show me swing it fast, because sometimes it swings fast. You'll begin to feel the difference between whether it's your energy moving it or if it's another energy moving it. Now let me get some caveat down here because that can sound a little scary. There's a couple of things that are happening. First of all, if I were to hang this on a device and say, you know, tell the pendulum to move and show me yes, it's not going to move. What is actually happening? My hand is moving this pendulum. There's no magic to it, but it is coming from the subconscious. I'm relaxed. My arm is relaxed. So it's important for you to know that this is almost just like using kinesiology. I think some people use it this way, and they'll ask a question and they'll say, you know, does this make sense? Well, me personally, I have never been proficient at that. And I don't have the patience to tell myself how to, or teach myself how to do that. But the pendulum came rather easily to me, but also I had to learn that I have to make sure, one, I tune in correctly. And in the very beginning, show me yes, show me no, because it did change as my electromagnetic field changed. And once you get all the negative energies cleared, then your answers will be fairly consistent. So for now, my yeses are consistently clockwise, my nos are back and forth, and my show more information is counterclockwise. So there are micro movements going on throughout your body. You have electromagnetic impulses. So there is something to that my hand is actually moving the pendulum, but my mind isn't thinking about how to make my heart beat or my lungs to inflate. This is happening on the automatic system. The same here. I'm not trying to consciously affect the answers. As you begin to work with your pendulum, you're also going to notice there's going to be a force that's pulling it. And that force is good because, again, it's coming from the higher self, the subconscious mind. It is a part of you, the mind, body, spirit complex, but it's also tying into what I call the cosmic internet. So you have to understand one thing. There's consciousness. Consciousness, as science is now understanding, does not exist inside of us. Consciousness exists out here, and we are the receptors of the consciousness. It's a fluid field. It's moving. Yes, you have your identity. Yes, you have your own frequency, and that will carry on. You have always been, you will always be. You have your specific frequency that you add in to the mix of all of this. So when they're talking about, oh, we are one, I know that sounds a little foo-foo, but there is some reality to that. And quantum physics is now coming in as our rescuer to sort of explain what's actually happening. So I'll try to get that up. So what I would do is start asking these questions. Show me yes, show me no. But before we get started, it's important that you properly set up the intention. Somebody told me the other day, I'm a horrible manifester. To which I said, oh, no, you're doing a great job. And they said, well, how could you say that? And I'm like, they said, my life is a train wreck. Yeah, because you manifested it. So let's get clear about the power of intention, because that's what's going to move subconsciously the pendulum. It's all tied in. So if you have a negative thought, and that negative thought creates a negative emotion, and you think about that and feel it for a period of time, it will send out into the quantum field, she's believing, thinking this, and it will come back to you. So it will create the manifestation of the thought and the feeling. Now, if I were to say to you, run out there and grab that a ticket and play the Powerball, and you think, yeah, I'm going to win. You think that, but then your heart is like, why am I doing this? You know, I never win anything. Well, that's also the monkey mind engaging, and also you're beginning to feel kind of, oh, why am I doing this? You're going to cancel it out, that manifestation. You'll cancel it out, and then you'll get whatever the thought and the feeling is. And that is the manifestation that you will feel at some point in your reality. Now, if you're looking to create abundance, because when somebody says, oh, I want to win the lottery. Why do you want to win the lottery? It's because you want abundance. Well, sometimes you don't need a lottery to create abundance. What you do need is to change the electromagnetic field. This, that will eventually tie into this. You want to make sure that you are creating a positive thought with a positive emotion, and that then will create the positive manifestation. And we'll get into that in future videos, the difference between negative thoughts and positive thoughts. To change how you think is not as hard as you would assume. It's as easy as putting on a rubber band, placing it around your wrist, and flipping it every single time you have a negative thought. Once you become aware of the negative thought, you have to be aware, I need to change that negative thought to a positive thought. How is that going to help this? You're going to get clearer answers. Because if you don't, your negative thoughts and feelings are going to create negative answers. You're not going to get clear answers. You're going to allow your fears, your ego, and your biases will change the correct answer you would get from your pendulum. Now, for those people who might think, oh, this is, you're using negative energies. I had somebody come to me and say, oh, you're dealing with the devil. And I'm like, no, I don't work in that field, and I don't work in fear. And if you are going to go there, I would recommend that you don't, because you are messing with energies that are beyond your understanding and ability to control. So you never want to come from a place of fear. Stay away from all the fear. Stay away from things that divide us. Stay away from things that create fear within your heart. Because God is love, and there are only two emotions, love and fear. Stay in the God vibe, not in the negative vibe. And once you're there, then you can have truth. Truth will be revealed to you. But if you are feeling negative, you're going to get either lies to yourself or pick up other negative energies that are just not good. So you want to make sure that your energy is very clean and clear when you tune in, because the last thing you want to do is invite something ugly in. So I'm going to show you how I set up so you have something to go in and try yourself. Understand it does take some time. Also, remember, you may have some trapped emotional energies. You may have a heart wall. You may have a hidden heart wall. Dr. Bradley Nelson talks a lot about those. We can actually clear those through tuning in and through the power of intention, fully removing those heart walls so the electromagnetic flow can go through your mind, body, spirit complex a lot easier. What is actually happening? Every emotion has its own frequency. Fear is a low vibrational frequency. Love is a high vibrational frequency. Every emotion we know of is tied into fear or tied into love. Insecurity is a fear. Anger is a fear. Joy is love. So therefore, we want to make sure that you are tuned not only on and tuned in, but tuned into a positive frequency. And if you can get yourself there, you'll be amazing what can be done with you and your pendulum. You can find lost objects. You can, should I, take action A? Should I avoid action B? I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. Tuning into the higher self, which is what this does. This is allowing the higher self to flow through you without you allowing the monkey mind to control what's actually happening. So be mindful of your thoughts and make sure that we have removed all the trapped emotional energies from the mind body spirit complex so we can get the electromagnetic flow through your system clean as can be. And then you become proficient at using the pendulum. Now, having said all that, let's imagine that we've cleared up, you don't have any heart walls and your energy is flowing really good. Each time I tune in for me, I will say the Lord's Prayer, but that's just me. Not everybody is into the Christ consciousness. I will say up front, I am not religious. I personally don't hold to a religion because personally I see it as a division. And I am one that wants to see love, and I want to see people reaching out and connecting and not allowing a divide to happen. So that's me personally. Some of the people I teach are Muslim. Some of the people I teach are Amish. So you can't have two more extremes than that. But it's a beautiful experience. You go with what your belief system is. If your belief system lifts you up and it creates a positive vibrational feeling within you, embrace it, because there's nothing wrong with where you are, because it's going to take you from where you are and take you further up. So that's a good thing. For me, I just say the Lord's Prayer because I'm very in tune with the Christ consciousness. And so that's a very, I know, very Christian base, but Christ consciousness actually extends out to everybody. So I just tune in and tune on that way. So for whatever you do, as long as you're working in the God source energy, working in love and light, then you and I can have a conversation. But we're not going to go down the dark way. If you're going down the dark way, please don't contact me. Yeah, that's not good. I won't work there. And you're just going to take longer to get to where we are. So if you're looking to manipulate or harm others, this video is not for you, because it won't take you there. All right. So once I say that, then the next thing I say, God, because I work directly with God, me and God, we got this relationship going. I say block all energies from moving the pendulum. Block my energy from moving the pendulum. Block my ego from moving the pendulum. Block my biases from moving the pendulum. Only God's energy moves the pendulum. And then I ask the question that offends a lot of people. I say, God, do you work in the best and highest good for all? And of course, I'm getting a yes now because I'm already tuned in. I had been told no. Now, that's usually when I've tuned into somebody who I did that first when I was doing remote energy clearing. And then I tuned in, but I tuned into a trickster energy. And the universal law is they do have the dark side. They do have to disclose to you what their intentions are. Do you work in the best and highest good for all? And it said no. And of course, at that point, you drop it and then you command it to leave. We'll have to get into that later in another video, but you don't want to go there. Don't mess with the negative trickster energies. It will bite you in the backside. It will take you down to a place where you feel miserable. And then you're going to be constantly feeling worse and worse and worse about yourself. Never, ever go down the negative path. It will not serve you. You're eventually going to get, even if you do go down the negative path, you eventually will come up with the rest of it. It'll just take you a whole lot longer to get there. So again, don't go down that road. Anyway, I hope that you will learn how to use your pendulum correctly. Again, use the video 1 just to make sure that you are understanding the full use of it. Video 2 was to show you the mechanics, to also show you and make sure you are aware. that your hand will likely move. You've got the weight of the pendulum moving your hand. And if you're relaxed, it's just like I expect it to move your hand because the weight itself will pull your hand. And also know that your body does have micro movements. That's been proven. But I mean, go look it up. Look it up on the people who are credentialed, the doctors, the scientists. Look there. I won't tell you where to look. You can find it. The information's out there. But don't just assume anything. Always do your due diligence and always ask the question, do you work in everyone's best and highest good? Come from a place of love and joy. And if you have trapped emotional energies, if you feel like you cannot move forward, if you feel stuck and you're walking up a hill with concrete boots, reach out to me and we can clear those energies. We can clear the mind, body, spirit complex. We can also look at past life energies that might be affecting you today and clear those. If you're interested in that, find me on sallyknopp.com, my name, sallyknopp.com. It's right there. And then you can contact me through the website. If you have any questions, you can also contact me through the website and ask your questions. I'm happy to help. Anyway, thank you for joining me, you Awakening Wonders, and I look forward to giving you some more tips in the future. Have an awesome evening, day, whatever it is. Ciao for now.